Hi everyone, it's Carol here from the stampingground.co.uk, and today we're going to make this lovely card that features the artistically inked bundle. And here's the stamp set which we're going to use. I'm only going to use one of the stamps from it today and one of the dies. I'm going to use Mango Melody for the actual card, and it measures 8 by 8 and it's scored at 4, which is 20 by 20, scored at 10 centimeters, and the white layer is 3/4 inch by 7 3/4, which is 9.5 by 19.5. And don't worry about writing all the measurements down, everything will be over on my blog at thestampingground.co.uk. Now here's the die that we're going to use, and again this is out of the Mango Melody. So just run this through your machine, and here we are. So we're just going to sit it on the front and overlap it slightly because we're going to cut, as you can see, we cut a little bit off the side. But before we do that, we're going to stamp on the actual card itself first. And I'm going to use Pale Papaya. And this is, that's the stamp that we're going to use. And the Pale Papaya gives it, it's quite a subtle colour and matches lovely with the Mango Melody. So ink your stamp up. And we're just going to go all around the edge. Don't worry about overlapping. I think this stamp is, this particular stamp is one I think I'll be using a lot. Just add a little bit more down that edge. I'm just going to use one of the smaller stamps. It's got three, 4 or 5 little dots on there, and I'm just going to just go around adding again around the edge, just for a little bit extra detail. And just place them randomly round. You might not think it adds a lot, but I think once the actual card was finished, if you didn't have all these little things on, then you would see, it did still look nice, but you would see a difference. Now I left the inside plain because I wanted the white to show through the flower. I did try it both ways with the actual colour underneath, but it did look nicer with the white background. I'm just making sure that all the little bits are out on the back. There we are. Now we need to attach this to the card, and because it's so intricate, we could use the the fine tip glue pen, which is excellent for those tiny things like the sequins, or if it was just a small leaf I would use this, but because it's quite a big die cut, what I'm going to do is use a sponge and glue, which is very quick and a lot easier. So we just need a piece of scrap cardstock and add some of your glue onto it, and we need just a damp piece of sponge. Just wet it and then just take all the water out of it, and then dab it into the glue and then onto your die cut. And as you can see, it's sticking to my fingers. It just makes it tacky enough to stick. So line it up where you want it, and then just press it down. There we are. And then we're just going to turn it over and just cut off the overhanging bits. Excuse me. Making sure you don't cut your card, because you don't want to go through that, do all that again. There we are. I'll just wipe my hands. Now I'm going to use the scalloped contour dies, and we just need to cut out in white cardstock a piece to fit on the front, and then we're going to stamp our inscription using black memento, and I've got the inscription thanks. So just press firmly and it'll come out perfect. And then I'm going to add dimensionals onto the back of this just to pop it off the card. There will be a list again on my blog with everything I've used when I've made anything. I always put a list so you can have a look, and plus the measurements. So as you can see, I've added some diamantes to the centre. That's entirely up to you. You can actually leave them out if you want. I just thought it just added a little bit of extra detail, and I thought it looked quite pretty as well. So just put them in a circle, and then add when you've got them all round, then you add one into the centre. Oh, fiddly little things. And then just give them a press when you get them all in place. And then I'm just going to add just 3. They don't want to be picked up. Oh my goodness. There we are. Now the last thing I'm going to add with the Stampin' Right markers with the very fine end is a tiny little flower. If you do 2 dots and then go wider on each one at the bottom and one in the centre. So 2 dots, go wider, one at the bottom, one in the centre. Again, it just adds a little bit more detail. You don't need a lot, but they look quite pretty. There we are. So now we need to attach this to our card. I'm just going to put it on with some liquid glue. If you use liquid glue, you always get the chance to move it slightly. If you don't get it just quite right, you get the chance to reposition it. There we are. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, maybe subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any more tutorials. I shall be back very soon, and thank you for joining me. Bye bye.